We're about to spend the next week traveling across Krakow and Gdansk in Poland. It will be our first time in Poland and the farthest east in Europe that I've traveled. We'll explore Poland's rich and beautiful architecture, visit important historical sites, and learn about Polish and World War II history. We go to some of the most ornate and decorated churches and cathedrals I've ever seen, and of course sample plenty of the local cuisine. This trip actually started as a work trip. My company got acquired last year and I went to lead product at the company that bought us, and about a month in they said, hey, would you be up to going to Poland to meet with our development team? And I was like, yes. We're going to be there for work for a couple days. My work offered to pay for MK to fly over as well, which was just incredible. So we decided to tack on a few days on the beginning and the end of the work trip. Poland wasn't necessarily on my list. I mean, I want to explore as much of Europe as I possibly can, but the more that we started looking into it, it was just like, oh my goodness, there's so much history, there's so much architecture, there's so much just to learn. And yeah, we got really, really excited. This was also right on the heels of our Amsterdam scouting trip. So I mentioned at the end of my last video that we're moving to Amsterdam. Just a few weeks before this, we had gone to Amsterdam for 2 weeks to scout out neighborhoods and look at areas that we might want to live. So this was going to be the second time that we were in Europe in like a 30-day period. One note, I decided not to actually include any of the work-related stuff in this video, somewhat because a lot of the time was just spent in a hotel conference room doing work activities and then team dinners and whatnot. Also, none of my colleagues actually signed up to be in a video of mine, so I figured it was just better to focus on our trip and our experiences through Krakow and Gdansk. I was super excited to dive into Poland, so yeah, let's get to it. We were pretty tired after close to 15 hours of traveling, so we sat down at a cafe along the main square to grab a bite to eat. And then we got checked into our hotel. Alright, welcome to Krakow. Got in yesterday evening. We were pretty beat when we first got in, so came down to the main square for a minute, sat at a cafe, had some dinner, found a pub to sit in. It's really interesting. I didn't realize that many of the bars are like underground. You actually like walked down this like really steep set of stairs into this cellar. Glad that we did that. But yeah, we were just both extremely tired, so really didn't get into too much yesterday. I'm incredibly pleased and surprised by the square. It's just absolutely lovely. Never been to Poland before, so just part of it was I didn't really know what to expect, and it's just really beautiful. Like, just huge square, amazing church, beautiful buildings. It is quite cold, so I'm very glad I have my scarf. Woke up today, started off the day with coffee, because that's how you have to start the day. Still recovering from jet lag a little bit. Now we're gonna walk around the square a bit. There's a market we're gonna head to, like a farmer's market of some sort. I'm really looking forward to it. This is gonna be fun. Like, it's just different. Like, it's fun to go on like a different trip. Like, many of the trips that we've been on recently are places that I've been to before, know a good bit about, so this just feels like very different. So yeah, welcome to Krakow. Yeah, this is just lovely. Like, so many cafes, so much going on. And the pigeons, the amount of pigeons, shocking. Oh my. Walking through this park area that surrounds the old town, and my understanding is this is the area that was just outside of the old city walls, and yeah, you can actually see the old defenses and the towers and whatnot. This is just beautiful. I'm not sure what I expected, but this is wow. Not overwhelming, but just a lot going on. Goodness. I'm getting the sense this is pretty authentic. Like, I see a lot of people that are just buying their actual stuff here, that are just, shopping for their regular groceries. Not a lot of English going on. So. We went from the most touristy place to what feels like a non-touristy place. And we saw a corgi, so MK thinks this is the greatest place ever. I have no idea what this thing is that we're eating, but it's delicious. Busy place to sit, but it's fun to kind of be in the middle of it. Well, that was an experience. Overwhelming is not the right word, but yeah, you all of a sudden walked in and it's just quite busy, a lot going on, so that was cool. I'm glad we did that. I love just kind of like throwing yourself into something new, something unexpected. Don't really know what you're getting into, and then yeah, just what an interesting place. We're gonna keep wandering around. We're gonna wander through the old town, make it down towards the castle, find the river, see what else we get into. It's busy too. I mean, it is a Friday, I get that, but still, a lot of people. Yeah, not tons of Americans, it seems like, but definitely lots of tourists. On the way to the castle, we stumbled upon what turned out to be the Church of Saints Peter and Paul. Constructed during the early 1600s, it is the largest of Krakow's historic churches in terms of seating capacity. We continued our walk through the old town, and soon came upon the royal castle.
Very impressive. I could live here.
Yeah. How much do you think rent is?
3,000 zlotys.
So do we know the story? Like this is like the king's palace or something, or?
It's the historic seat of power for Polish kings. It served as the royal residence for Polish monarchs from the 10th century onwards. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Oh, it's the resting place of Saint Stanislaus, the patron saint of Poland. Interesting.
Well, that's quite an impressive castle complex. I didn't know what to expect when we walked up, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. Now, they do monetize the absolute hell out of it. You have to get tickets to every individual section. So we did not go in. We just walked around the outside, but really nice nonetheless. Helps that it's incredibly sunny and just a beautiful day. We've walked down to the section right by the river, so looking back up at the castle. And now we're just going to walk around the river a little bit, and we saw a boat that looked like it was a bar. So it might be lunchtime. We ordered pierogies. Very exciting. That was rather lovely. Pierogies and tomato soup to warm up, and now we're back outside and the sun's come out. So heading back towards the old town. We got a museum tour in like 30 minutes. It's a really cool museum. It's like history of the city. It's like under the main square, and they've done a lot of excavation of the old streets and cellars and something like that. So I'm pretty excited. Learned last night these kind of cellars and lower streets are a big part of Krakow history. So I'm about to learn some more. So let's go. This is crazy. I can't believe this is down here. We're like literally right under the main square. That was interesting. We're just coming out of the City Museum. Yeah, really cool. My only critique is that I wish there was more signage or explanations. Like, I feel like a lot of the times we were looking at cool things without really knowing what they were, or we kind of figured out what they were halfway through, and it would have been cool to know up front. But yeah, overall, a really awesome museum. I mean, it's just, now that we're like back up on the surface in the square, it's kind of hard to imagine that all of that was down there and that there's so much history just built right on top of this. So yeah, it looks like we actually have enough time to now go into the church. So it closes at 6, it's like 5:15. So we're gonna walk over to the church and see if we can go explore inside for a little bit. never been in a church like this before. This is crazy.
This is crazy.
This is insane. I mean, just like the colors. I've never seen a church with this many colors. And the dark and like the... Dear goodness. I'm floored. I thought we were just gonna pop in here for a minute. Oh, we've been to a church already today. No big deal. But holy crap. That was insane. That was like, I've said it already. I've just never seen a church like that. I mean, incredibly like dark and moody. That's a terrible word to use for a church, but I mean, yeah, just quite impressive. Still blows me away how much architecture, engineering, sculpture, design, everything goes into churches and religious buildings. Mind-blowing. Fun to see. Well, that was kind of cool. Got to see the trumpeter play. Everybody says you gotta watch it. Yeah, nice. I think now our plan is there is apparently a bar dressed up exactly like the leaky cauldron from Harry Potter. And being the nerd that I am, that gets me incredibly excited. We'll see what we get into there. So from one extreme to the other. Let's go. That is an excellent take on butterbeer. I like the amount of whipped cream. Well, two pieces that we learned. So one, it was not a bar, it was a cafe. Mostly a dessert cafe, though they did have some very good sandwiches. It was fine. The reviews that said like must do for any Harry Potter fans, I don't know. It was a little gimmicky, kind of didn't, mostly just like a little cafe with a gift store. They did had some broomsticks on the walls and some floating envelopes, so neat, but we're gonna go to an actual bar now. That actually tastes like an IPA. Pretty good. Came to an actual bar. It's called House of Beer. They have a lot of beer. Tons of little nooks and crannies too. It's such an interesting theme of Krakow, but yeah, cool place. We got some nachos because we were feeling a little bit peckish, and I swear to God, they are made with Cool Ranch Doritos. I challenged MK to tell me they weren't, and they definitely aren't. Not mad. Cheers to 10 p.m. on a Friday night. Good morning again from Krakow. Second full day here. Started off the day by walking and finding breakfast. It's a place that we just randomly walked in, and it was absolutely delightful. Had a traditional Polish breakfast with soda buns that were fantastic. I would never have known to expect that. Today we are walking to the old Jewish quarter, Kazmira. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that perfectly. Apparently a very revitalized area. Quite a number of synagogues you can walk in. There's a bunch of breweries and bars and stuff. Yeah, explore the Jewish section of town today, and we'll see what else we find. So this definitely has a different feel. I mean, we've only been here for a handful of minutes, so not going to judge too quickly, but
It's cool. There's lots of cool restaurants.
Yeah, it
and
is.
bars and-
But I'm just surprised by how quickly you get into a very different feel. Feels completely safe, feels completely fine. But yeah, lots of graffiti, much more like worn down. That was a lovely little pit stop. You wouldn't have known it walking in. But yeah, the sun's come out. It's actually quite beautiful now. All right, continuing our exploration. Gonna head to the main square, and then we're gonna explore this huge church. Hopefully we can go inside. This is a huge complex. MK looked up yesterday that apparently building churches was somewhat of a form of protest during the communist times in Poland. That there was a period where churches were outlawed, and then there was a period where churches were kind of not allowed but not disallowed, and so they built a ton of them, yeah, somewhat out of protest. Absolutely crazy. It's just huge. I've never seen churches that are just that ornate. I mean, I've like, it's probably not quite saying it right, but I mean, just the intricacy, the gold inlays over the top. I mean, just, yeah, I don't have many words. It's mind-blowing. I'm not religious, but no matter what you believe, like, you have to respect the architecture and the just creation. Incredibly impressive. Beautiful to get to walk around and see.
I'm just like, do I really want to go into another church? Like, haven't we seen them all? And then every time I'm like, damn.
Next, we made our way to the Old Synagogue, the oldest still standing synagogue in Poland. Despite being devastated and ransacked during World War II, it was restored in the 1950s and now operates as a small museum. I don't know if I've ever been in a Jewish synagogue before. Like, as many Christian churches as I've walked in on my travels, it's not very often that you come across a Jewish synagogue, I guess. So. And I did the 2 nave versus 1 nave thing. Did you read that?
Yeah.
Something about the oldest design. Yeah, this is apparently like the oldest 2 nave synagogue in Poland or in Europe or something. Anyway, it's nowhere near as ornate. I mean, that's one thing. So yeah, it was very, I almost want to use the word barren. I mean, respectfully, but like, you know, just very plain.
Obviously a very prosperous Jewish section. And it held a lot of power.
Super interesting.
It's very interesting.
After the synagogue, we continued our walk through Kazmieres. All right, MK, tell the people what you just did.
I went into the prettiest pet store and I got Lady Wafels some goodies. I got her a new leash and a matching harness and a matching poop bag. Put the roll in here and then you dispense it through the back end. I love it. It's bananas because she does the banana split. She's gonna be the prettiest corgi.
MK is still buzzing from her shopping trip, and now I
have no idea how much it was.
now though, we just realized that we're right next to one of the bars that Kumquat recommended that we had on our list. Gonna pop in there and, you know, maybe find some wine. Yeah.
Like shit's happened in this place. Like
Yeah, this like really fits the vibe of this area though. I mean, like, this is like, what a place. I don't know if I would have ever walked in here if not for Kumquat, but I like it. Found a spot outside. Somebody got up. This is nice. It's much nicer. Inside was cool, but it's a beautiful day outside. Came to this little beer garden place that we saw earlier. And yeah, continuing to explore the Polish culture. Well, this has been a fun beer garden to sit at for a minute. It's getting cold again. Like, when the sun goes down, it gets cold here. So, yeah, it's getting towards dinner time. So we actually have reservations tonight at a traditional Polish restaurant. It's apparently quite nice. It's Michelin starred, so very excited for fancy traditional Polish food. Whatever fancy pierogies. So we are going to be heading back to the hotel soon. I have to change into nicer clothes because apparently sweatpants are not acceptable there. So, and then yeah, we will be heading to dinner. Well, that was a lovely meal, lovely end to the night. It's unfortunately raining now, so we're going to put on rain jackets and call it an evening because, yes, we have to get back early, but yeah, excellent food, really good food. So, yeah, would come back here, but but all right, cheers tonight. See you tomorrow. Well, good morning again from Krakow. It is just past 6 a.m. We are walking to the train station to catch our very early train to Auschwitz. So, going on the Auschwitz tour today. That will be quite an experience. Yeah, I don't have adequate words to really explain why I want to do this. My mom asked me and was very perplexed about why this was a good idea, but I just think it'll be a very unique experience and something really worth learning about. Yeah, we'll fill you in more on the train, so here we go. This will be an experience. I mean, yeah, I struggle to find the right words to describe this, and yeah, all I can say is that it'll be an experience. It was one of the things that as soon as we found out we were coming to Krakow and I saw that this was close, I was like, yes, need to do. eerily calm for the experience we're about to have. I really don't know what I expected. It was not this. This is, yeah. Well. After exploring the grounds, our guide took us inside one of the housing barracks that was preserved as it was left the day the camp was liberated. Prisoners were forced to live in these bunk rooms, often 3 to 5 people per bed. These bathrooms were only accessible a few minutes per day. In this room, the Cyclone B gas was used to disinfect prisoners' clothing. The blue staining left from the gas can still be seen on the walls. This is the death wall, where thousands of prisoners were shot and executed by the SS guards. Our guide then led us to the final part of the Auschwitz section, the gas chamber. It was here that thousands of prisoners were systematically murdered. Prisoners would be led into the chamber, and the Nazi guard would then release canisters of the poisonous Cyclone B gas from above. The bodies were then carried into the adjoining crematorium. Yeah, not at all what I expected. I don't really know what I expected. I don't think I had expectations, but pretty, I still can't find the right words for it. Just finished the Auschwitz section. We head to Birkenau next. But yeah, walked through the gas chamber, walked through the execution grounds. It's truly hard to think about what actually happened there. They do a really good job at presenting it in a factual, matter-of-fact way, and I really like our guide. She's really just, tells it like it is, and there's no beating around the bush, so I'm really glad we did this. It's quite an experience. So, Birkenau, we just have learned, is 10 times bigger than Auschwitz. I didn't actually know the kind of iconic picture of the gates is actually from Birkenau, not from Auschwitz. Learned a lot already. Going to be very interesting to see this next section, and hard to say anything else. Just glad we did this. Birkenau, often called Auschwitz II, was located about 3 kilometers from Auschwitz I. It was over 10 times bigger than Auschwitz I. Whereas Auschwitz I had been an existing Polish army barracks, Birkenau was purpose-built as a death camp. Prisoners were brought in by train from all over Europe in train cars like these. They were unloaded, stripped of their possessions, and many were led straight to the gas chambers. Our guide led us in another preserved camp barracks. Prisoners were again forced to live 3 to 5 people per bed, including on the stone floor.
Brick was used in the early construction of the camp barracks. As brick supplies became scarcer, barracks were built from wood, with just a basic brick heating chimney in the middle. If the bathrooms at Auschwitz-I were bad, the bathroom facilities here were even worse. Many of the barrack structures were dismantled after the war to salvage materials, with the chimneys often left standing as a visual reminder of the scale of the horrors. Each of these chimneys would have been a barrack holding hundreds of prisoners.
The scale of this is absolutely just mind-blowing. Like, we're at Birkenau now, and it feels like that, yeah, they figured out the formula at Auschwitz, and then just took it to a whole nother level here. Even being here, it's just like you almost can't imagine.
These are the ruins of the gas chambers at Birkenau. In total, there were 6 gas chambers and 4 crematoria here, all significantly larger than at Auschwitz-I. The gas chambers were destroyed primarily by the Nazi SS themselves, in an attempt to hide the scale of their atrocities when it became clear that the camp would be liberated. Prisoners would be led down these steps, often under false pretenses that they were being moved or going home. This was the registration building, where prisoners were first taken, if not led straight to the gas chamber. Prisoners would be stripped of all of their belongings, which were subsequently collected and used to fuel the Nazi war effort. We were asked not to film inside, but they did have a collection of goods that were found in one of the adjacent warehouses.
Well, we were just leaving Auschwitz, and we've been kind of chatting and reflecting a bit as we're walking back to the train station, and what an experience. I'm so glad we did that. As challenging as it was, I would have been very disappointed to have gotten this close to such a prominent place and not experienced that. It's an important piece of history for us to remember, and I'm not trying to be overly intellectual or anything, but I don't have any other way to react to it. I definitely am not fully processing it. I think that's going to be something to think about for a long time. I mean, I am quite amazed that they let you walk in the places they do. I mean, to walk through a gas chamber, to walk through the crematorium. Anybody coming to Krakow, it's well worth dedicating a day to get out here and experience that. It'll be interesting for us to continue talking about it and feeling how we feel about it, but really, really glad we did that. So, it is a bull terrier. Well, now that's a sign. That's amazing. My parents have always had bull terriers, and it's really a symbol of my mom when we see one, actually, so that's pretty cool. Heading back to the train station now. About an hour back, hour and a half back. Well, bit of confusion about which train to get on. Looks like that I think we finally found the right train. We finally found somebody that spoke English at the ticket office and asked, and we're having to wait like an hour. Because that's just the nature of traveling sometimes. Sometimes it's a little unexpected, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the right train, so we're gonna get on, and it says main station, so we'll do this. On the train, it says Krakow, WWII, which means main station, so I feel pretty good about this. Once you get out of Krakow, not tons of English. I mean, we found some people that were helpful, but not a ton of signage. Getting back a little later than expected, but this feels good. And it's a nicer new train, so pros and cons. We were tired. I mean, we added it up. It was 12 hours from the time we left our old hotel to the time we got back, let alone then the Uber over here. So, pretty worn out. We're looking forward to a couple beers, dinner, and then an early night. So, cheers. Good morning again. We're gonna head to Gdansk today. Our train's in a couple hours. Gonna check out and head to the train station. So Krakow's been really nice. Krakow has been absolutely lovely. Like, it's beautiful, it's dense enough, there's a lot going on, but it's also not just overcrowded. Yeah, really enjoyed our time here, grabbing breakfast and then heading to Gdansk. So we'll see you there. We've just checked into the hotel in Gdansk, and yeah, this'll do. I had forgotten that we booked the executive suite, and yeah, this will absolutely do. I'm getting some weird flutter because the camera speed doesn't agree with the lights here. This is pretty nice. So. Okay, I can't remember the last time I had a hotel room that had 2 toilets with a separate water closet. That's pretty nice. I had talked to one of my coworkers that lived in Poland, and their comment was that Gdansk felt a lot like the Netherlands, and so far I really agree. It is tall, narrow houses, it's beautiful canals and waterways, and yeah, I'm extremely excited. I mean, this looks right up our speed. Gonna get a little bit settled in and then see what we get into the rest of the night. This looks incredible.
We did a bit of exploring and then found somewhere near our hotel to grab dinner.
Mary Kate happy?
I'm happy. A little intimidated.
After dinner, we did some walking around in the evening. The city was arguably more beautiful at night, all lit up.
Oh, good. There's the Hard Rock Cafe.
Love it.
You can always go. Yep. Happy to have made it to Gdansk, and so far this place is incredible. Like, just absolutely gorgeous, amazing architecture. Walking around a little bit, doing a touch of exploring, but really we're gonna get into it tomorrow. It's not been a hard day by any stretch, just sat on a train most of the day, but travel days are just tiring, so gonna probably call it a night soon, and on that note, see you tomorrow. Good morning from Gdansk. We have woken up to just a beautiful day here. This is absolutely stunning. We thought it was pretty in the evening last night, but this is just incredible. Plan for today actually is 2 different museums. First we're gonna go get breakfast. That's the first thing. Coffee and breakfast is always the way to start the day. And then we're gonna go to the World War II Museum, and then there's a Solidarity Museum about the movement related to communism that MK's had high on her list for the whole trip. So yeah, looking forward to getting into it. Let's go. This is an incredibly cool building. Made it to the World War II Museum. Yeah, let's get into it. Well, that was an excellent museum. Really well put together, incredibly informative. They did a really good job of storytelling, setting the context, like giving you information from pre-war, during war.
I thought it was really good. I think they did a really good job setting the context of how that could happen. Like what laid the foundation for all just the hatred.
Yeah. Had bits about the atomic bombs at the end. I mean, really covered the whole spectrum. So, yeah, I'm glad that we did that. So now we are heading to go grab lunch. There is a food hall apparently pretty close that we're gonna try out. The rest of our afternoon is the Solidarity Museum. But first lunch, because otherwise MK will get hangry.
But what about second lunch?
Planned this perfectly, of course, because the very end of this museum mentioned the Solidarity movement that led to the end of communism in Poland. All right, fueled up from lunch, heading to the Solidarity Museum. That was an incredibly positive museum experience. We've come up to the end of the museum, which is this observation deck looking over the city, and I didn't know much of the story. The peaceful revolution in Poland for independence, one of the first Eastern Bloc countries that successfully gained their independence from the Soviet Union. Yeah, just a uplifting message, an amazing amount of resolve for the organizers to stand by their goals. There's a huge monument over here to the side in commemoration of dock workers who died during some of the first strikes. We're going to walk there as soon as we're done here. That was an incredible experience, like really positive, moving, inspirational, messages that we should all hear more of. So
I felt very cultured.
Is it time for beer?
It's beer time.
On that note, we're gonna go find some beer. Nostrovio.
We decided we were feeling wine more than beer, so we found a wine bar on the way back from the museum. After dinner, we went for an evening drink at a cocktail bar.
Well, we've had a lovely end to the evening. We had dinner of cheese and desserts because that's what we were feeling, and wine. That's what we were feeling tonight. This is me signing off for tonight. See you tomorrow. Welcome to our last day in Gdansk. We've woken up to another just absolutely gorgeous day, although it's rather windy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, slightly windy. We've just started off the day with breakfast at a nice little Italian bistro. And yeah, we really don't have too many plans today. It's a section of old wall that we're gonna go explore, and there's like a park near it. And so yeah, we'll see what we get into. Definitely gonna find a cafe to just sit at and watch the world go by. So anyway, let's go. As we've gotten a little bit farther out of the old town, you can see what I have to assume is remnants of the war still. They've obviously rebuilt quite a bit of the city, but there's still chunks of buildings that are destroyed and beaten up. But yeah, interesting to see the juxtaposition of super modern buildings and then buildings in ruins still. Almost made it to the old city fortifications.
This series of fortified walls and bastions dates back to the 17th century and were built to defend the city. Now it's been transformed into a popular walking and running route.
It's a little bit windy up here. I think we're gonna head back into town. We're gonna go try and walk in the church, so maybe my hair will calm down a little bit. Probably not.
We made our way back towards the old town, continuing to experience the juxtaposition of modern and historic buildings. This is St. Mary's Church, built across 130 years between 1379 and 1502. It's the third largest brick church ever constructed.
Crazy. This church is massive. I don't think I've ever been in a church that feels this like big and open inside. It feels like a town square almost. The ceiling is beautiful.
The church also houses the Gdansk astronomical clock, originally constructed in the 1400s. It fell into disrepair in the 16th century, but was restored in 1990. After the church, MK was feeling ice cream. And then we found a cafe to sit at and enjoy the view.
MK and her blanket. I should say it's all of 60 degrees.
Chill. You just need a parade of dogs in front of you. I love cafes that have
We sat at that cafe for an hour or two, and then slowly meandered through another part of the old town that we hadn't explored yet. Before we knew it, it was time for our last dinner of the trip. We had reservations at a traditional Polish restaurant known for their pierogies and pork knuckle.
Well, that was a absolutely amazing meal to finish out the trip. Traditional Polish food felt very appropriate for the last meal that we had here. Can't say enough good things about Poland. Like, so many good memories, so much fun, a lot of exploration, a lot of learning, and yeah, phenomenal. So, yeah.
a sweater.
And MK, as always, is staring at the dogs. So until next time, cheers.
One last editorial note, astute viewers may notice that I'm in a new location. Yeah, this is our apartment in Amsterdam, so we have actually moved already. Loving life, we've been here about 2 months. I think that the Amsterdam scouting trip I referenced at the top will be the next video out on the channel, and then actually I did film a lot of our actual move, so excited to piece that together into a film as well. We'd always been dreaming about living in Europe and experiencing European culture and life, and it's been surprising like what's different and what's the same. So I mean, some things are just vastly different, while some things are like shockingly similar but have their own quirks. So anyway, you'll hear a lot more about that in the Move to Amsterdam video coming out soon.